What?
Hello and welcome to the Crap Euros. It is the final round of Group A games. We had a game early between Moldova and Malta, and now we are about to kick off Estonia versus Latvia. Both teams needing a win. It's me, Sam Aiton, joined by Jack Shepherd. Looking forward to this one, Jack?
Yeah, both teams needing a big win because Latvia need a win by 2-0 and Estonia need a win by 3-0 or a similar margin to be able to go through and pass Malta thanks to their goal difference and record.
Yeah, so it's going to be a tough game, and I think one thing that neither of these sides can really afford is to have a close one. And both sides, which I actually assumed early doors, I thought they might both go through from this group. I thought it was a bit difficult and awkward for them that they were drawn in the same group as Moldova and each other, because I thought they were two strong sides. But one of them is definitely going home, and we'll find out which one of them has a chance to go through by the end of this tie.
Yeah, so expect goals out there. And Estonia in their blue and Latvia in their white and burgundy with the burgundy shorts for the first time here at the
Yeah,
Martingale Stadium.
two nice kits actually. Very nice kits actually. I think there are a lot of nice kits in this tournament, but two of my preferred ones. I always like the fact that the Estonia home kit is just the flag with the blue,
Yes.
black and white. It's very smart.
Rubbish
I suppose the
first.
Latvia home kit is just the flag as well, with the burgundy, white and burgundy. And of course, Jack, you remember in the Latvian Museum of History that the Latvia flag is based upon an injured soldier who was fighting in the Latvian War of Independence, and he
Bandaged
had a
up.
bloodied arm and put a bandage on, and that's why it was red, white and red.
Yes.
And pretty cagey start to this one, 7 minutes in.
Yeah, it's not really the high scorer we were expecting so far. Neither team getting away out the blocks with some venom.
I think the issue is in this game, you want to score, you're going to have to score, because otherwise you're going home, but you can't afford to concede either. So it's good effort there. It's a very awkward one for both sides really, because you want to commit men forward, but if you get beaten on the counter, then your tournament's over really. And Latvia not seeming to be able to do much here. And it would be a shame to see, because potentially Lithuania had a shocking game last time out. It'd be a shame to see all three Baltic states leave the tournament in the first round, especially knowing that they're hosting the next crap iteration of crap tournament.
Yeah, it's a tough time for the Baltics in football at the minute. Really struggling, even in the crap tournaments, to get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're qualifying for these crap tournaments year on year is disappointing for them, really. And they're not like a side like we talk about Luxembourg, who traditionally are a poor side, but actually have been improving over the recent years. They're just generally quite bad sides, the Baltic nations. Estonia probably having the best recent history, but I mean, look, they're still in this tournament, so that says you're not actually playing that well, are you? It's like they're trying to play good football, but they can't actually do it, isn't it?
Yeah, that required some fancy footwork to get out of that one.
And he did get out of it, so it's good for Estonia, but can he get any further?
No,
Savalnieks
does well.
gets over there. Kaunieks, there's two Kauniekses in the Latvia squad, only one of them on the pitch today. It's a ball to Dennis Rackles, formerly of Reading.
That's unbelievable stuff.
It would have been a dream for Latvia to take the lead there, but now we've got Kite racing away, the man who did play for Fulham. I'm not sure if he's still at Fulham, but he was there at some point. Oh, and I don't know what's happened here, but
Uldrich gets the shots away.
And Uldrich, you probably can't really tell, but he's actually 6'7".
My word.
Whether he is on pairs is a different
No, he does tower there. He is a large fella.
And I think it was that Clavan he was battling with, maybe.
Centre backs tend to be tall, yes, and it was.
I mean,
was
yeah,
Clavan.
they're not going to be short fellas, are they? So he is quite a big lad, and a big lad can be useful in a moment like this, where you have a corner which can be fired in by Kaunieks. And Maximenko hits it, trying to do his best Carlson impression.
Caused a bit of chaos, but it didn't end up anywhere near the goal. It might do here though. Oh, pass goes wayward.
It seems to be just a touch too much, doesn't it? They just can't quite get the ball where it needs to be. Just seems to be one pass too much every single time, and that's a nice ball out. And Levak's got the pace, and has he got the composure?
Good block there.
Well, he might have done, but the block came in. And this is an excellent ball here. This is in. He knows the fullback doesn't have the pace. Levak gets there, pulls the trigger. Good block. Shot looked like it might have been travelling.
It was hit with some venom.
Well, he certainly wouldn't have wanted to just tap that one with the angle he was at, but here comes a corner, and we've seen some excellent set pieces in this tournament. And that one of the same ilk, and Caleste. That one saved by Bannings, who James has mentioned every single time Latvia have played, that he played in 2004. Oh my word, how's he missed it?
Unbelievable scenes there. Latvia missing an open goal.
Well, I'm not going to say what that goal was, but it was wide open.
Wide open. Goalkeeper came out too soon.
Keeper. I think he just needed to take a touch and settle himself there, Ruggins. He's just trying to lash it back across after a good run. He's beat the keeper. He's left the keeper for dead, really, and then he's just made an absolute hash of his strike there. Just trying to rush it. There's no rush in that situation. There you've got a big open goal to aim at. And now, he's beaten himself. Latvian players tumbling over each other there as Estonia win a corner.
Bit of chaos there. Ends up in a corner.
Was. Fighting. Oh, it's a goal for Estonia.
What a tight angle he managed to nick that in.
He squeezed it in. And it's Anya.
Estonia with the early advantage here. I say early, it's nearly half time.
It is nearly half time. They probably would have liked to have started a little bit earlier, but we've seen how these games can go, often much more open in the second half. And Latvia know they need 3 goals now, and Estonia need 2 more. So this, as much as it's good news, Estonia at the minute, it's no benefit to them because they won't be going through.
Not as it stands, The goalkeeper there, I think, should have punched it rather than try to whatever he did. But great finish at that angle.
He's done well, the keeper, to come out and win the ball basically from the corner. But then he's just flapped at it, and it's gone straight in.
Yeah, he's taken the sting out of it. Really, made it a bit easier.
Yeah, and it's just been settled then for the striker to put away. And yeah, I don't think he's actually striker, but the man who it was, and not seeming to be keen enough to go and win the ball there. So we're going to see Ruggins. Sabala stopped there by Metz. Not the French side, the Estonian centre-half. And Anya. Anya does appear to be playing up front, actually. I'll take that back. Does appear to be the centre-forward.
Rubbish corner there. Well, cross.
I mean, that was diabolical, wasn't it? I mean, what that was essentially the equivalent of Ruggins' shot that should have put Latvia 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And Rodriguez is 6'7", but he's not really done very well in the air there. And it's 1-0 to Estonia as we start the half-time break. And how do you see this one ending, Jack? Do you think we're going to have to get a few more goals if either of these sides want to advance, aren't we?
Yeah, Estonia still 2 goals shy of what they need. So they need both teams need to up their game. It's Latvia really have some hill to climb here to win 3-1 in the second half, but you never know.
I think it's certainly, it's not out of the realms of possibility that they can get a result here, but it's certainly going to be. It's not being made any easier after that goalkeeping error and then, strike, should we say, from the Anya, who scored that one. So I think, it's a bit of a mountain to climb now, but hopefully they can at least get on the score sheet, make a game of it.
They've had some chances. Aldrich had that chance in the first half. Ruggins obviously had the diabolical miss. They could be 2-0 up. They could be home safe by now, Latvia, but not managed to put away their chances.
No, they certainly could be, and I think that's a positive sign. You know, they've made enough chances to get the goals, and they only need 3 goals. I know it sounds a lot saying they only need 3 goals, but it's doable. We've seen sides score 3 goals in the second half. I think back to Luxembourg, Montenegro, not Luxembourg, Montenegro, Luxembourg, Armenia, 0-0 in the first half, and then Luxembourg put 3 in, and then still had the time to concede 2 after that. So it's not within the realms of possibility, but hopefully they'll at least make a game of it, like I say.
And
Any
that
changes for Estonia?
no changes for Estonia, just keeping things as they are.
Well, Latvia have made a change. It is the man who missed the sitter, Ruggins, who's coming off in place for On Tuzans, who's going to be playing it in the hole rather than just as a central midfielder, just trying to bring another attacking threat on, really. Hopefully it might make a bit of a difference for Latvia.
And let's just have another talk about that Ania goal. It was some angle he scored from. It was almost 180 degrees.
It certainly was. He's lucky there that he's not actually just hit the post that he's basically running into. He squeezed it in. He's hit the opposite post, and it's taken a fortunate bounce for him, and it's gone in. It was a lovely finish, actually. A very composed strike from the Estonian there.
Yeah, it
Hopefully he can keep his composure.
had to be pretty much perfect with where it was placed. And here we are underway.
It certainly did. I mean, you know, the goalkeeper's made it easy. He's parried it out to him, but he still has to finish it from there. It's all well and good saying, well, yeah, you've got an open goal, but you still need to put it in, because Ruggins, we saw earlier, had an easier angle and was unable to do it. And here's Ragnar Klavan now. And he's stopped, and he should be out of position, and Latvia should be able to try and take advantage, but that's a great challenge there from the Estonian centre-half, Levac. And he is stopped, a bit of a tussle going on there. Lysans goes to Uldrikis. Uldrikis, a man you probably don't really want sat in that position, but he's fired it to Raquels, who's put it wide.
Wow, he's furious.
Well, that could have been the game changer if he's put that in.
At the momentum swing, yeah.
I mean, Uldrikis knows he's got a bit of time to run. The defender comes across. Raquels gets there, and I think it's good defending actually there. I don't think it comes off to the defender, but I think he slides and he just puts Raquels off.
In the corner of his eye, yes.
Can't quite get the strike that he wants. He kind of sliced it a little bit there.
Oh, and nearly.
Risky from the keeper.
Yeah, very.
Uldrikis certainly was keen.
Okay, very interesting.
Lepistu. No one really knows what's going on here. Lepistu's got all day. He's passed it across. Oh! And
How
Ania
close
had
can
a
you
chance. I tell you what, he's unfortunate there, Ania, because he's actually put a great strike in there. He's fired it back across himself. It's a very hard thing to do as a striker, and he actually has almost scored there. But he's just not in the right place. If he's a couple of yards further back there, that's 2-0.
And this game is the free-flowing game we were expecting.
It's not quite, is it? But I think it's because, like I say, there's so much at stake for both sides. It's all well and good saying, well, they both need to score, but as I said, it's the inability to concede. Really, it's going to become down to goal difference, and you really want to attack but not go overboard, and that's a good effort. Estonia getting closer to the magic number.
Lepistu, was it? Or Leipstu? I'm not sure what his name is.
I think it was that player of that name. Not that I know how to pronounce it myself.
He just kind of side-footed it, tried to place it, but still didn't manage to place it very well.
No, he didn't. But he's getting in he's getting in those positions. I think that's the thing you've got to be encouraged about if you are an Estonian right now, or you're watching this one. Speaking about getting the positions, Uldrikis was there, but he couldn't get his foot in.
Metz did well there. Takes a lot of strength to move a 6'7" man off the ball.
Yeah, because he's not like Peter Crouch either, is he? He's not like a 6'7" very thin chap. He's
referee got in the way there.
Referee playing a 1-2. The Estonian referee. Obviously, he's not actually Estonian just because he was passing with them. And come back to Kite, and he has to hit it. And I thought it was lower. The camera deceived me. He had a good effort there, Matthias Kite. Certainly did play for Fulham. I think he played for Ross County at some point as well. And that's going to be a chance.
I think that's offside, though.
It is offside. You know, at this moment here, I think I understand why the referee's blowing it because he's offside, but might as well just play on there. The keeper's got it in his hand, hasn't he? Just, you know, I know he's called offside, but it's made no difference to anybody's life really. Now the keeper's just going to do what he was going to do anyway. Oh, and he tried to clip it in, but it was caught by an Estonian. And I don't think this is going to be enough for either side, you know. I don't think any of these two are going to go through.
No, it doesn't look like there's going to be goals.
No one's shown me why they should be advanced in this tournament, and that's a shocking cross. You need that to be on fizzed in, really. You know, I mean, you look at this game, and I think, do you think either of these sides actually do deserve to advance? Because the pressure's on, and neither of them have turned up really. And he's offside, isn't he? Is he? Sabala. He's missed
it again. An open goal.
That's it. I mean,
What's happened there?
They should have won there. Quite sure, I think. Has he been clipped by the keeper after that? I don't really know. Oh, did he save it, the keeper? I'm not even sure. Sabala will be devastated that he hasn't put it in. I mean, he could have just clipped it past the keeper, maybe.
Nope, nothing.
Oh, he's just missed it. And I don't know why the keeper was booting off. Maybe annoyed at his defenders for
probably that.
allowing Sabala to get through there. But I mean, if you're fine, if that's what they're going to do when you get in behind, and he's in again, Sabala.
Penalty.
And it's going to be a penalty. And I mean, it is a penalty. It is definitely a penalty, but it's one of the tamer ones we've seen, really. It
certainly is, yeah.
He's just caught his trailing leg, hasn't he? Trailing leg's just caught the standing foot of Sabala. He's cut back, he's passed it, yeah. Oh, it's his hand, actually.
It's a weak one, isn't it? But it is a penalty.
Yeah, his hand's just tripped him as he's gone by. It is a penalty, and it's...
Well, that man's done well there. He's actually, he's almost worked the penalty.
He has, Sabala, and it's going to be a Kaunjeks, and what's he going to do?
Right down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
And that doesn't help anyone.
Go and celebrate, but that's, if anything, to be fair for Latvia now, if they're not going to go through, at least the best case scenario is they can stop Estonia from going through. And same, really, for Estonia's point of view. At least ruin it for one of their rivals, I guess.
Yep, Malta now feeling a bit relaxed.
Yeah, the Maltese will be quite happy with that. And you know what, actually, to be fair, we talk about this being a must-win, but I think Malta have deserved to go through on the balance of play.
They've had some standout moments, yeah. It's such a light
harsh penalty, isn't it? He's definitely played the referee there, Sabala. Calm penalty there, though, from the Latvian. Just smash it down the middle. Kaunjeks. Nothing the keeper could do about that one. The keeper's made up his mind early. Actually would have been a very good, probably would have saved the penalty had it gone that way. It was a very strong dive, very confident dive, but not actually anywhere near the ball, really. And what's he done? He's cocked it up there.
Both teams having a bit of a brain fart there.
Oh, and what have we got here now? Oh my word.
Unbelievable things.
If he puts that in, they have 10 minutes to go and get another goal. Estonia seem to be going very attacking now. He had time there, Ulrikis, as well.
He did have the time.
He could have, I think he's left-footed. He could have shifted that onto his left, you know.
Latvia really could be going through at this rate. They've missed so many chances.
They've been the better side in this tie, haven't they? In terms of, not necessarily the better side, I think just in terms of creating chances. Estonia's chances have kind of been quite lucky, really. I won't say that Latvia's have as well, and it's going to be Ulrikis, and he's in behind, and he's going to play it to Sabala, who does score.
Game on.
And we have 8 minutes. And
boot that at the goalie.
He's tried to smash it back in and just volleyed it clean in his barnet there. I tell you what, that's unsportsmanlike. He's cheated his side into a penalty. He's scored a goal to get them back in the game, and then he's just lashed the ball at the stricken keeper's head. And he's not going to be a popular man in Estonia, is he, Sabala? I tell you what a... And I know it's, you shouldn't be using colourful language, but what an arse. That's the only thing I can say there. Smart play
Great
from
finish.
Rodriguez, though. It was a good goal actually there, Latvia. And you know that will annoy them if they don't get another goal. That would frustrate me because this is probably one of the harder chances there. Rodriguez has had to take the 3 men away, play it in. Sabala's had a lot of work to do for the finish, yet they've missed 2 open goals. And Estonia now need to score various goals in this one. And they might get one. Goes to Raquel's. Not going to get there in time. Oh,
what an effort.
He had a goal. And you can't blame him for having a goal. And the Latvian can't win it with it in the air. And this will, I'll tell you what, this will be awful for Latvia as well, because they would be, well, they're exactly the same on points and goals scored and goal difference as Malta right now. But that undeserved defeat to the Maltese side is currently what's keeping them out of the second round. I would say the round of 16 there, but this is only a 16-team tournament, so it'll be the round of 8. Kite.
Must be offside, and it is.
And Latvia get away with one there. He's just off again, just by a foot really. By a leg, an outstretched leg. Leave back.
How long's left? Let's have a look at the clock here. We're in the added time.
Well, yeah, this is over, isn't it?
4 minutes.
Really. Oh, and that's the tackle. That's won the game there. Sorry, not won the game. That's sent Latvia out that challenge, because I think that was the ball there. Had he played it through, could have probably let some of the Latvians escape. And he got the chance through.
He's cleared through! It's an unbelievable scene!
He's done it!
Latvia have done
it! Oh, right at the death.
What an absolute game we've had here.
He's been a threat all time. How has he done that there? That was one, two of the hardest goals that two of the hardest chances they've put away. And they're still just dragged too many men out, haven't they? Latvia had about 3 lads in behind there. What a finish that is.
Couldn't write this. You wouldn't believe it if someone wrote this.
Well, I thought that challenge, I think it was from Klavan earlier on, had won the game there. Or not won the game, sorry. It sealed Latvia's fate. Because he's won it and they've had the chance to break through. He's won the ball and then just some sloppy play from Estonia on the attack. And Latvia, surely now, are going to advance. And he's just booted Anya. And Anya's still going. And
I thought it was going to be heartbreak there. No, Latvia are through.
Won. They've gone through. And I tell you what, I am actually shocked about that, because I don't think they deserve to go through in the balance of play in that game.
What absolute scenes here in Moldova.
I mean, there's early on, that's a good save there from the keeper. And I mean, you see Latvia having chances early doors and having opportunities, but not really good enough. And I can't believe what I've just witnessed there. They needed 3 goals at half-time, and they've got 3 goals.
And don't you just feel absolutely sick for Malta? They've
done all they can do, really, Malta. They've, you know what? It's one of them things. If they just maybe, you know, if they didn't make that real mistake at the end of their game against Estonia, where the keeper just didn't collect the ball on the edge of the area, they'd be through in this tournament now. What a finish that is, though, by Ania.
And it looked like Estonia there. Well, Latvia had no chance. Estonia were the ones who were going to try and chase the 3 goals they needed. But
well, yeah, it looked. I mean, Estonia looked at that point. Estonia need 2 goals, so you're thinking the most likely outcome is that. And I think what happened is Estonia did attack.
Yeah, that's Estonia were desperate for those 2 goals.
They've gone forward, and then I mean that's a great piece of defensive play there, because Raquel's is a decent footballer who's played in England, one of the few Latvians who's well known in Europe. And then this is a good chance as well, actually, where Annie is really unfortunate, if I'm honest. He does really well there, the striker. He just can't quite get it on target. And again here from Lepistu.
Yeah,
nice
it was Lepistu, yeah.
Well, this is the one. I think that there, mate. After these 2 chances, I thought, well, it's going to be Estonia here. And then this is one where you're thinking, yeah, they're not going to win it, because how's he missed that? Sabala. But he turned into the hero of the night, really, didn't he? Or the villain if you're Estonian, because he wasn't the last. It wasn't the last of his involvements. He wins this penalty, and Ikanieks calmly puts it straight down the middle.
And there might be some harsh words being said about the penalty that was given in the end, seeing as what the
It was.
result was.
I mean, ultimately he's clipped, isn't he? He is clipped, and it does prevent a goal-scoring chance. But it's a very, very soft penalty. But
Some
then
refs wouldn't have given that.
this one, you're thinking he needs to score there because they're not going to get back in the game. But then this is probably the best goal, I think.
Brilliant play.
And that's a very nice finish right into the roof of the net there. And then just the sickening act of lashing the ball at the stricken goalkeeper did make my stomach turn, actually.
Well, the Estonians were flying all over the place there, weren't they? All on the floor.
And then here you go, 94 minutes in, and you can see it's the 18 there. He's come miles to win the ball, and they've just played it round him. And
Great run though
Uldrikis,
from Uldrikis.
and he deserved a goal. He played very well, Uldrikis. He should have probably had 3 or 4 goals actually, but they'll take that Latvia, won't they?
50-50 possession, similar shots. It was a very close game, and it was an enjoyable one.
It certainly was. I think Estonia on a different day, this game could have been 3-0 Estonia. If you look at, I think if you take a look at that second chance that Ania had when he gets played in, and he's not deep enough in the box. I think if he's a bit deeper, he puts that away, and it's 2-0, and then it's game on for Estonia. Latvia need 4, Estonia need 1.
Look at that, 76th minute, Latvia out of the tournament, going home. Only 15 minutes later, they're going through the next round. It's such unbelievable stuff.
It is, and I think you can say a lot about this tie. I think the penalty's harsh. I think the late goal, it's Estonia trying to push on. I think they're trying to prevent Latvia. They want to score a goal themselves. It turned into the game we thought it was going to be. It turned very open at the back because both sides needed to score, and in the end, Estonia, they've probably been done in by the fact that they actually got the first goal, because they're on the front foot then, which leaves them a bit more open at the back, and Latvia have taken advantage with 3 very late goals. But I think they'll certainly be happy with that.
That's Group A over and done with.
Well, I must say I'm surprised by the outcome. I thought Estonia would have been a stronger side in the tournament. I did not think Malta would give so much of a challenge, but they did, and they'll be, very unfortunate to be going home, because it's that mistake by their goalkeeper in the last game in the 90th minute which has led to them leaving the tournament. But they've shown a valiant effort. But Moldova and Latvia, do you think they're the 2 sides that deserve to go through?
Well, when you look at the points table and you see Estonia on 1 point with -4 goal difference, you think they've had an absolute stinker. But the football they've played, it was forward thinking, it was attacking, and they weren't the worst team I've ever seen, but they just got
They were
beat.
going for the win, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were going for the win, and I think they've just left themselves exposed, and, well, we've ended up with one Baltic nation, hopefully, flying the flag for the Baltics in the quarter-final. Lithuania still in the tournament, but after their previous performance, I would be surprised to see them advance, especially playing a tough Azerbaijan side. But we have our first 2 quarter-finalists, Moldova and Latvia, and I must say, had you told me it was these 2 at the start of the tournament, I wouldn't have been shocked, but I was not expecting to see Latvia's name in that round of 8.
And of course, they'll play the Group B goers through us, and at the minute that is Montenegro and Azerbaijan, but that will play itself out tomorrow.
Well, it's looking like they're probably going to be facing Montenegro, which is going to be an absolute cracker of a match. But if Montenegro slip up, Lithuania can steal in and win that group, and that would be that would be scenes, wouldn't it? Latvia versus Lithuania in a quarter-final. That would certainly
would be
exciting. But Moldova will be hoping that Montenegro ease through that and they get the easier tie, the host nation. Anyway, I believe I've got one more tie.
You've got one more tie in the knockout rounds.
So,
quarters, I believe.
For everyone here watching and listening, it's been a pleasure, and I'll look forward to seeing which tie that is. But for now, I think it's probably time to escape.
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow back with James Cartwright.